Question 23, what's 65% of 400? Now, 65% is a bit of a tricky percentage to find, so we'll talk two different methods of doing this. We'll have method A over here, which uses the magic 0. And then we'll have method B, we'll do it in a different colour over here. We should get the same answer both ways. So if you do the magic 0 method, you would do 400 times 65. But what we've got to remember is that 65% as a decimal is actually 0.65. So you've actually times 400 by 0.65. And so we're just going to put, we're not going to put the 0 point in to begin with because it might confuse people. So we'll put the 0 point in at the end after we've done the multiplying. So let's do 400 times 65. 5 zeros are 0, 5 zeros are 0, 5 fours are 20. Top line, 2,000. Now you times it by this 6, but this 6 doesn't mean 6, it means 60. So you put your magic 0 in and then times by 6. 6 zeros are 0, 6 zeros are 0, 6 fours are 24. You get 24,000. Then we add everything together. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2 and 4 is 6, and 0 and 2 is 2. So you get 26,000. But now comes the tricky bit. Well, it's not really tricky. You've just got to remember to do it. Your tricky bit is remembering to do it. Because we should never have been timesing by 65 in the first place. We should have been timesing by 0.65 because that's what 65% is as a decimal. So what we've got to do is go back to the question and put 0.65 in. And you see where that decimal point is? We just need to put decimal points all the way down now. And then our final answer is on this line. So it's not 26,000. The final answer is actually 260.00, but you don't really need the 0.00, so we can ditch those two zeros after the decimal point and just call it 260. So the final answer is actually 260. Now what we will do is we'll do an alternative method and also get 260 that way as well. So the alternative method is to put 400 in the middle, grams, and then we'll find 10%. Well, to find 10%, you knock a 0 off. So knock a 0 off 400 is 40 grams. And then we build that back up. So we're building it back up to 60%. So 60% would be our 40 grams times 6. So 6 lots is nothing. 6 fours are 24. So 60% would be 240 grams. But that's 60%. We want 65%. So what we'd have to do then is take this 10% and half it to get 5%. So half of 10% is 5%. So half of 40 is 20 grams. So 5% is 20 grams. Now, some people don't like this method because there's a lot of jumping about and you've got to be really clear with your working out. So finally, 65% is basically going to be this 60%, which I got 240, plus this 5%. 60 plus 5 is 65, which was 20 grams. And 240 plus 20 grams, if you put the two together, is 260 grams, which is exactly what we got up there. So whichever way you do it, some people prefer the magic 0 method because it's just a straightforward method that you can just get on with. But the other method is equally valid as well, finding 10% and then building it back up to 65%.